I don't want a girl that's up in the club, up in the bar.
Even if she goes without you?
That's a deal breaker for me.
Really?
I don't want to date a girl that parties like that.
Like at all? If she goes without
I'll
you
hook
at
up
all?
with a girl that, if she's a party girl, I'll hook up with her, but I'll never take her serious.
Interesting.
My standard for being in a relationship with a girl is like she can't go to bars and clubs.
Not even with like a group of girls. And you know these women and trust them.
It kind of depends. Like if it's maybe 2 or 3 times a year, it's just like a birthday party, that's a bit different. But if she's wants to go out every weekend, partying, drinking every weekend, because there's definitely, I'm sure you guys know, like Santa Barbara, a lot of people drink. I think everyone in this town's an alcoholic. People party a lot, people drink a lot, and I don't want a girl that's out at the bars and clubs on the weekend.
To each their own. Like, there's definitely those girls out here.
I know you want to come in on this. Come on.
I'm just listening. I think it's interesting what you have to say. The whole like not her being able to go out to the bars and clubs like period or 3 times a year.
It depends.
That's what I'm saying.
Really
like even not
depends.
special occasions. Like I see what you're saying. Like I get it. Like some people just don't like going out and stuff, and I see like the whole environment like may not be your thing, and I get it.
Yeah. Well, so it's 2 things. One, so I'm never going to go with her. I would never go to a bar or club with a girl.
Why?
You'd have to fucking drag me, knock me out, and why?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, okay, so it's obnoxiously loud.
It is.
You can get hearing damage. Grandpa Brian over here. But yeah, I don't know if you've ever had the experience of going to a loud party, bar, club. Ears are ringing after the fact. You can get permanent hearing damage, permanent ringing in your ears. It's called tinnitus. That's a thing. Just specifically on the noise thing, though, like if you were there to talk, bro, you gotta fucking scream. Then your voice gets all hoarse and shit. It's very crowded. There's a lot of people drinking. I don't really drink like that, so to me, drunk people are kind of obnoxious. There's that. Let's see what else. A lot of stupid shit goes down. Fights, violence. I mean, I know Santa Barbara is a very affluent area, but I've seen people get stabbed on State Street. I've seen people get fucking knocked out cold, fucking break their head on the pavement, brain damage for life. Like, that shit can come to you when you're out and about like that.
Right.
Just totally unprovoked situations. So that's one reason that I don't like to go out. But really, I just don't really drink. So, and people are smoking, and
I feel like you might like this bar in LA. It's called Barcade. And it's pretty chill, actually. Not to do any promos, but you just go and it's all these old classic arcade games. And the music's not loud. It's like an older crowd. Everybody's like really chill. And you get to, do something so that way if she wants to go out and drink and hang out with your friends and stuff, you guys could have go there together. Just in case you fall for a party girl.
Well,
need an alternative.
Don't get me started about my disdain for Los Angeles, but
True that.
I don't like LA. But okay, what were you talking about?
I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Is it the drinking you have a problem with, or the going out? Like, let's say she's going out every weekend, but she's sober each time.
She's DD.
It's
She's just
wor-
yeah.
It's the going out.
Okay.
I mean, drinking is bad too because I don't drink, and it's just something I'd want in the partner is someone who drinks in moderation, who does not drink a lot. I mean, usually drinking often coincides with going out to clubs and bars and parties.
I don't drink when I go out to clubs and bars and parties.
Yeah, that's still for a partner. To me, I still think that's bad.
Really?
I still think it's bad.
I like to go out. I like to have fun. I like to dance. I like to be with the girls. But, like, I don't drink. Like, it's very rare if I drink. I don't get drunk ever. That's just a personal thing because I feel like I like to have more fun when I'm, like, sober than not. But I don't know. I mean, I dated an ex that would stay in all the time.
And you would still go out?
I would still go out.
Did he have an issue with it?
No, because he would just stay in bed. And if he did have an issue with it, I didn't really care because he wasn't coming with me. So he didn't really get a say. Okay.
Yeah, I just want to make something clear. Like, it's not, I wouldn't control the girl. It would just be, here are my standards. If you want to go out, fine. We're no longer in a relationship. I'm not going to try to control the girl. No, you can't do that. It's never going to be an argument.
Right.
It would
It's
just be like
that's the line that's
in the
cut.
same way that a lot of women, for example, have preferences over men who don't play video games. You ask a lot of women, they say, if my guy's playing a lot of video games, I have an issue with that. Or some girls might say, I don't want you to be paying for another girl's OnlyFans, or I don't want you to go to the strip club. So for me, I don't want my girl going to bars and clubs.
That's a boundary you'd set.
It's a boundary.
That's fair.
Yeah. It's not, it would never be a control thing.
Right.
If a girl was like, fuck you, Brian, I'm going, I'm like, okay.
Peace. Yeah.
Like, we're just not right for each other, you know?
Yeah.
But I can tell you guys why it's an issue for me as far as girls going to the club. Well, men and women flirt differently. So in my view, you're starting to get into cheating territory a little bit. Because as a guy, if you go to a nightclub or a bar, ain't nobody, let's say you go alone, right? You go to a bar or club or a party, ain't nobody coming in to talk to you that night. Nobody's coming up to you. No chicks are hitting on you. You're just going to sit at the bar alone with your drink, lonely. That's it. As a girl, if you go to a bar, club, or a party, guys are going to come up and hit on you. So that's kind of my issue with it.
But
It
if you don't trust
depends.
her, you don't trust her.
Yeah.
Well,
I think guys do. I mean, I think guys do get approached at bars and stuff like that. So hey, like,
really? When's the
Yeah.
last, do you approach guys?
yeah.
How often? When's the last time
I mean,
you
if I
approached a
see
guy?
a cute guy, if I see a fine man, I'm gonna approach him. Like,
Hasn't it been like 5 months for you?
since I've had sex, not since I've gone out.
Have you approached a guy?
Yeah, of course. There's some
And you're
cute men
telling me,
around.
so you approached a guy, you hit on the guy, and it just never went anywhere?
Well, it depends. Okay, yeah, actually.
I mean,
so
we did-
You approach them.
Okay.
You're funny. But we approach them, like, see if there's a vibe, see if there's a dynamic. If there is, there is. And if there isn't, there isn't. Then, but in my past, like, I've approached men, I would say, let's see, maybe 2 to 5 ratio of 2 went well, 5 didn't.
I feel like guys don't like that. They don't like women who are approachable or like want to approach them. I feel like guys are
Mhm.
looking for what you're looking for, which is more demure women who are just, you know.
I disagree.
You know, I think a
Think
lot
so?
of guys,
Yeah.
I think most men, there's definitely men who are like, who are like hyper masculine. Maybe it's not even hyper masculine, but they're like, I want to be the lead. You know, they want to be the leader in the relationship, so they want to be the one initiating. But I think, honestly, the vast majority of guys, and myself included, I actually do appreciate when women take initiative and when women approach. It's very refreshing because most guys get, unless you're just going up to the mega babe dudes, you know, the top tier guys, then they probably get it more regularly. But most men get no attention from women whatsoever. Go ahead.
That's something me and my friends actually talk about a lot. Like, men aren't really, as much as I hate to agree with men, but men, for the most part, aren't ever really complimented. Like, I feel like girls are always like, oh my gosh, you look so good, or to each other, even from
Yep.
men. But, like, very rarely do I ever hear my guy friends, like, getting that same attention. So, like, I could see why it would be refreshing or nice for a girl to come up to you. And I think that's why I said I disagree with you. I think that girls or guys do like that. And I could see why.
Just
I feel like too, I've learned like, and I've learned this because like I like have like some friends that have told me this. Like I work for football team. I've learned this, but like I've learned that guys don't get complimented nearly enough, like you said. And if you give them the smallest compliment, they will run with that for their like entire day. Like I notice a lot like when
Facts.
guys get haircuts, I'll be like, oh my god, I like your haircut. Like literally in passing. It's not me flirting with you. It's not me hitting on you. It's you got a haircut. I've noticed it. You look good. But like if it's in a bar and you're just like, hey, I think you're really handsome, like just so you know, and you walk away, like that's gonna be in their head, you know, like that's.
Bro, he's going to be crushed if you walk away, though.
But then
Don't
that
walk
also,
away.
that can also like open a door for him to like shoot that next shot. And if he doesn't, and you're like leaving and you see him again, okay, then there's your opportunity, ladies. But like, if you like just even the simplest compliment, it really makes a difference, and it can shoot that first shot.
That's a good point. No, it's a really good point on the compliment thing, too, because, I mean, most men have never been complimented by a girl.
Yeah.
Never been hit on by a girl. Never had a girl slide into their DMs. Never been pursued by a girl. Never been overtly sexually desired by a girl. Never had a girl offer to take him out to dinner. Never had a girl offer to buy him a drink at a bar. Never had a guy offer to fly him out somewhere. That's one. Have y'all ever... Here, we'll go around really quick on this one. Well, just to wrap up, like, so most men are invisible to most women. Like, they get no attention. None. So I think most men would be super enthusiastic. Don't worry, I know it's just it's just the chair squeaking. Yeah, but like most men would be super enthusiastic about a woman making some initiative or giving them a compliment or whatever. But yeah, they will, honestly, you said they'll remember that for the day. Most men, if you compliment them, they'll fucking remember that for their life.
Even if
they
it's
don't
literally
get
at a
compliments.
grocery store, like just like you're like checking out whatever, like it's the smallest thing and it makes her like. I remember at the gym I had a girl just the other day come up to me and she's like, oh my god, like I see you working hard, like your body's like my dream body, and that I ran with that. I'm gonna remember that forever.
Aww.
Like forever. So it's like those little things makes a difference.
Yeah.
If a girl offers to fly you out, like, so you would just be so surprised.
Would
If
you
a
do
girl
it?
offered to fly me
Yeah.
out, what are you talking about? Some unicorns, some like
Some
dream,
quiet,
some
stay
dream
home,
world.
like perfect woman.
But
for
she
you.
goes out every weekend.
Large
He's not
labia
going.
Oh my
too. What? Wait, what? What?
If it's a girl offering you to fly you out, she's attractive, but she goes out every weekend.
He not going.
You're not going? Let's see.
Well,
He'll stay at her house.
Yeah, I mean, so my thing is I'm not really trying to just run through a bunch of chicks. Like, I am interested in more serious situations. So to me, it's like, kind of, what's the point? You know? I'm not about like. There's this Sir Mix-a-Lot song. I don't know if you've heard it. Baby Got Back. In the song, he says, "Some punks like to hit it and quit it, but I'd rather stay and play." So, I know I'm very pale to be rapping, by the way. But no, like that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I don't get. To me, it's kind of weird. These guys that are just fucking chicks once and then ghosting. Like, that to me is weird. Like, I mean, maybe there's something wrong or whatever. But to me, what's the point? Then again, I'm very busy, so I'm like, the thought of just hooking up with a girl once and then never talking to her again is. For example, let's say there's a girl who's like just in town. There's a lot of tourists here in Santa Barbara. She's just in town for the weekend and she's fucking down. I'm not going to fuck her. Like, legit. I would not. To me, it's a waste of time. To be fair, it's never that guaranteed usually. Although actually, no, I have turned down some women. There was like, clearly they're just, hey, I'm in town for the weekend. Let's hook up. To me, I'm not going to